God Dag, and welcome to this weird Eurovision's reaction and review. So today, Denmark and Anja Nissen won this year's national final with a staggering 64% of the televote within the super final. So, let's get into this. I want to see what Anja has served up this year. This is the kind of song that people are going to write off as a ballad, but it's not quite that. It's it's a mid-tempo girl anthem, I'm gonna call it, which is what I mean is I mean songs like Fight Song by Rachel Platten. It's no Never Alone, but to say that it's a bad song would be a lie. Damn. Okay, if I heard this song on the radio, I would probably listen to it again. And I'm not the kind of person to listen to songs that I hear on the radio. I don't know, I just have a bias against like 80% of the songs that end up on Australian radio. And thank God we're getting some diverse entries. What can I say? We are represented twice, technically, I guess. But in personal terms, I kind of really love the song. I thought that maybe in studio this isn't going to be as great as it was live. My theory is that Anja Nissen is a live performer rather than a studio performer, but at the same point in time, I can't see the studio version being much less good than this. As a pop song, it quite honestly would fit in. I know I just said these kinds of things about Moldova, but I do think that Denmark used to do this thing where they would choose something and people would be like, oh, but it's not this, isn't. But you know what? Today, I think that this is at least in this half of the decade. I wouldn't say it's beyond what we've got right now, but it's definitely at least in 2015, 16, that kind of arena of pop music. Anyway. Let's try to tear this one apart. Whoa, I'm blown away by the fact that, Australia's just we're adopting Denmark this year. Yay, DR jingle. Holy shit, the camera work on this is immaculate. Especially in the first verse, I was paying attention to the lyrics, and the camera would kind of follow the direction that the lyrics were kind of portraying, and that is actually a brilliant thing. I'm just blown away by this song. Den Australia. What do I think of that entry? Well, in advantages, those were some strong, capable vocals. Now, I didn't for a second have a doubt that from a song by Anja Nissen performed live that we would be getting a performance with extremely amazing live vocals. For those of you who don't know, Anja Nissen won The Voice of Australia in 2014. Never Alone, her national final song last year, was performed stunningly vocally. This is a contemporary song. As I said in my post-immediate reaction wrap-up, this is not quite a contemporary song in terms of right now. I don't think that there is exactly the music market for it. About 12 months ago there was. The stage and background concept, the whole water and fire mixing together, the blues, the cool blues and the heated oranges and reds, those were immaculate. Visual differences, I just talked about this in Slovenia, but the thing is, the water and the fire, you know what? You're cooling off, your water when you're in your vulnerable state, and your fire when you're confident. And I feel like those are the kinds of moods that Anja Nissen and the team were trying to replicate in the exact thing, in the performance. Anja has personality on stage, and you know what? I just want to lay this down right now. Everyone who is watching, that is one way to do a personal connection to the song. If you want your viewer to immediately connect to the song and the performer at the same time, there are notable examples where you don't do this. Austria 2014. I'll push it out there. You didn't have to connect to Conchita straight away. Anyway, Anja, there's an immediate connection. She doesn't have her eyes off where the camera is for at least the entire first verse, and that is enough to get you hooked and willing to listen to the rest of the song. The camera work in that first verse reflected the mood of the lyrics entirely. Whenever Anja was trying to invite you in, the camera would go closer to her. Whenever she was trying to say, like, go back, the camera would zoom out from her. Now, I replicated that by moving forward and backward myself, but Anja kind of stands still, she does a bit of a spin, and then she starts walking around the stage. That's cool. Now, for the disadvantages, I have a couple of major ones. This is not a standout song. This doesn't scream at you, this is the winner. Now, I could say that that is a bad thing completely. It may not be. This is the kind of middle-of-the-road song that always qualifies from the semi-final and can sometimes then go on to do well. Because it's middle of the road, it'll gather 5 points from like every participating country, so you know what, in some years that's enough to win 2011, and right now it looks like we are headed towards a 2011 year, which means no immediate winner. Anyone could win. At the moment anyway, we've only got like 16 entries now. And the camera work feels not as strong as it was in the verses during the choruses, which, you know what, fair enough. There were some shots there that were brilliant, and there are other shots there that I thought, hey, wait a minute, that's not right. Why are you doing that? Why are you like so far away from Anja when you could be close? But the thing is, they've hit the nail of the head on the verse, the first verse. And look, Denmark, I reckon just take a few weeks and just reconsider that aspect of your performance. If you have an opinion on this song, please feel free to tweet it to @WeAreEurovision or leave it below in the comments of the YouTube video. And for Denmark, what scores did I give? For Denmark, I gave them a 9 out of 10 on my first listen, a 10 out of 10 on my second listen, and a 10 out of 10 on my third listen. Another 10 out of 10. So I haven't given a 10 out of 10 yet, and yet I'm getting 2 10 out of 10s now. I have 2 other songs that have risen from their 9 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10. Eurovision is officially starting, everyone. So, good luck, Denmark, and do popatrzenia.